The broken promise. The first hints of autumn painted the trees with splashes of red and gold. The Williams household buzzed with the usual weekday morning activity. Emma Williams, a determined and hard-working single mother, was in the kitchen preparing breakfast for her 17-year-old son, Jake. The smell of sizzling bacon filled the air, mingling with the aroma of fresh coffee. "Jake, breakfast is ready," Emma called, her voice carrying a tone of warmth and urgency. Jake stumbled into the kitchen, his dark hair tousled and eyes still heavy with sleep. He plopped down at the table, staring blankly at the plate of food in front of him. "Morning, Mom," he mumbled, picking up a piece of bacon. "Morning, sweetheart," Emma replied, sitting down across from him. "Don't forget, you have that big math test today. You studied, right?" Jake nodded, avoiding his mother's gaze. "Yeah, I did. Don't worry." Emma reached over and squeezed his hand. "I know you can do this, Jake. Just remember our deal. You study hard and get good grades, and we'll see about that car you want for graduation." "Got it, Mom," Jake said, forcing a smile. As Jake headed off to school, Emma couldn't shake a feeling of unease. She trusted Jake, but she also knew how easily distractions could pull him away from his studies. She sighed, brushing off her concerns as she got ready for work. The slipping grades. Weeks passed, and autumn deepened. Emma noticed subtle changes in Jake's behavior. He spent more time with his friends and less time studying. His once meticulous study schedule had fallen by the wayside. Despite her worries, Emma chose to believe Jake's assurances that he had everything under control. One evening, as Emma sorted through the mail, she found a letter from Jake's school. Her heart sank as she read the notice. Jake's grades had dropped significantly, and he was in danger of failing several classes. "Jake, can you come here, please?" Emma called, trying to keep her voice steady. Jake walked into the living room, his casual demeanor shifting when he saw the letter in his mother's hand. "What's this?" Emma asked, holding up the letter. "Your grades are slipping. You promised me you were studying." Jake's face flushed with guilt. I have been studying, Mom. It's just, things have been tough. There's a lot going on." Emma's eyes narrowed. "What things, Jake? We had a deal. You promised to study hard and get good grades." Jake's frustration boiled over. "Mom, it's not that simple. I'm trying, okay? But it's hard to focus with everything else happening." Emma took a deep breath, trying to remain calm. "I understand that things can be difficult, but you have to keep your promises. We need to figure out how to get you back on track." The mentor. Determined to help Jake, Emma reached out to his school counselor, Mrs. Harper. Together, they devised a plan to get Jake the help he needed. Mrs. Harper suggested a tutor, a brilliant but quirky college student named Alex, who had a knack for connecting with teenagers. Jake was initially resistant to the idea of a tutor. He felt embarrassed and ashamed that he needed help. However, after a few sessions with Alex, his perspective began to change. Alex wasn't just smart, he was relatable. He shared stories of his own struggles in high school and how he overcame them. "Look, Jake," Alex said one afternoon as they worked through a particularly tough math problem. "I know it's hard to stay motivated. I was in your shoes not too long ago. But you have to remember why you're doing this. It's not just about the grades. It's about your future." Jake looked up from his textbook, his eyes filled with a mixture of frustration and hope. "It's just, there's so much pressure. I don't want to let my mom down." "Then let's make sure you don't," Alex replied, smiling. "We'll tackle this together, one step at a time." The hidden struggles. As Jake's grades slowly began to improve, Emma noticed other changes in him. He seemed more withdrawn, spending hours in his room with the door closed. One evening, she decided to check on him. She knocked softly and opened the door to find Jake staring at his computer screen, a look of distress on his face. "Jake, what's wrong?" Emma asked, sitting down on the edge of his bed. Jake hesitated, then closed his laptop. "It's just, everything feels overwhelming. School, grades, trying to live up to your expectations. Sometimes I feel like I'm drowning." Emma's heart ached for her son. She realized that in her quest to ensure his success, she might have put too much pressure on him. "Jake, I never meant to make you feel like that. I just want the best for you." "I know, Mom," Jake said, his voice breaking. but sometimes it feels like no matter what I do, it's not enough. Emma pulled him into a hug, tears streaming down her face. Jake, you're more than enough. I love you, and I'm proud of you, no matter what. We'll get through this together. The turning point. With Emma's newfound understanding and Alex's continued support, Jake found a renewed sense of purpose. He started to enjoy his study sessions with Alex, and his grades steadily improved. He even joined a study group at school, where he made new friends who shared his academic goals. One evening, as the first snowflakes of winter began to fall, Emma sat down with Jake to review his latest report card. She held her breath as she opened the envelope, then broke into a wide smile. Jake, these grades are fantastic. You've really turned things around. Jake grinned, a sense of pride filling his chest. Thanks, Mom. I couldn't have done it without you and Alex. Emma hugged him tightly. I'm so proud of you, Jake. You've shown so much determination and growth. This is just the beginning of all the great things you can achieve. As they sat together, watching the snow blanket the world in a pristine white, Jake felt a deep sense of accomplishment. He had faced his challenges head-on, and with the support of those who loved him, he had come out stronger on the other side. The promise he had made to his mother was no longer a burden, but a testament to his resilience and their unbreakable bond. Subplot: Emma's journey. Amidst helping Jake with his academic struggles, Emma had her own challenges to face. Her job as a marketing manager was demanding, and she often found herself working late into the night. The stress of balancing her career and supporting Jake took its toll on her. One evening, as she was burning the midnight oil, her phone buzzed with a message from her best friend, Lisa. Emma, you need to take a break. Let's grab dinner tomorrow night. You deserve some time for yourself. Emma sighed, realizing how long it had been since she had done something just for herself. She agreed, and the next evening, she met Lisa at their favorite restaurant. Over dinner, Emma confided in Lisa about the struggles she faced with Jake and her own work pressures. Lisa listened patiently, offering words of comfort and advice. Emma, you're an amazing mother and a hard worker, but you can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself too. Emma nodded, feeling a weight lift off her shoulders. She realized that part of helping Jake meant taking care of her own well-being. She decided to set boundaries at work and make time for self-care, knowing that a healthy, happy mother would be better equipped to support her son. Conclusion. As the months went by, the Williams household found a new equilibrium. Jake continued to thrive academically, and his relationship with Emma grew stronger than ever. Emma, too, found a balance between her career and personal life, with the support of her friends and a renewed focus on self-care. The journey they had embarked on together was filled with challenges, but it had also brought them closer. They had learned the importance of communication, understanding, and mutual support. The broken promise had been a turning point, leading to growth and a deeper bond between mother and son. In the end, it was not just about the grades or the promise. It was about the journey of redemption and the unwavering love that held their family together.